Hey guys, and welcome back to Nintendo Freak. I am Jordan, and in this episode of Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, we are gonna try to unlock the Gate of Time. Remember to always like and subscribe. Remember, you can always unsubscribe later if you need to. Whoa! No, I fear the seal has given away once again. That terrible beast is awakening, even as we speak. It is likely that the monster reacted to the sacred power given off by your sword. I wish it had not happened, but there was no other way to open the gate, so it goes. Linko, you must imprison the beast once again. Alright, bring it on. This is what I've been waiting for. It's time to break out my new toy. Trust me, that flabby bag of teeth doesn't stand a chance. Well, what are we waiting for? I'm heading out there. Hey, Linko. Try not to drool on your shirt as you stare at this amazing super weapon I've been working on. I call it the Crucinator. Leaves you speechless, doesn't it? That's only natural. You wouldn't believe how much time I put into building this beauty. Here, check it out. First, I got all the fences cluttering the area out of the way, and then I laid out rails for her to run on, all by myself, of course. And I don't know what came over me. I had no clue. I had the talent to make something like this, you know? Anyhow, you just tell me where you want me to place my shots, and I'll put a hurting on that ugly monster. I don't care how beefy you are, you're bound to stumble for a few moments after taking one of my big bombs to the body. Hang on though, that monster showed up much sooner than I was expecting. There are a few final adjustments I've got to make before she can move on the rails I put down. So, I'll call you on when she's ready to action. Till then, do whatever you can to hold off that beast. Look at that. Seems like our ugly friend grew itself a pair of hands. Great timing. I hope it knows how to catch because my machine has a mean right arm. When she's all loaded up, I'll let you know. Until then, do what you need to do to stop it. Hey Lingo, the machine's all loaded and ready to smash. If that flabby second teeth tries to climb up the wall, I'll blast it off. Don't need your help, Groose. Thanks. Cut off his fingernails. He lost all his fingers and toes. Come on, calibration, work with me here. There we go. Oh my god, can you quit talking? Quit talking. I got a monster to kill. I got a monster to... Shut up, Groose. Bright light warning. Ding dong, ding 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 dong, ding dong. Yeah, I decided to do this series on the Wii, and then when the new Switch version comes out, I was like, huh, well, I could do one version on the Wii and then one version on the Switch and see the comparison. Ticking. Nice work there, Link. Oh, well, of course, you couldn't have done it without me. But no need to thank Groose. I know, I saved your tail. Now, let's get to get a time thing up and running again. I'll go on ahead. seems you were successful in imprisoning the monster again. You have my thanks, Linkowo. As do you, Goose. I do not wish to dwell on what may have happened if you two hadn't been there. Aw, you give me too much credit, Granny. You were the one who got me to stop feeling sorry for myself and put my energy into doing what I could do to help. I did what was necessary to get you to realize your full potential. Linkowo, you must wonder just what it is you've been fighting out there in the Great Pit. There is much I could tell you, but suffice it to say, is the root of all evil we face. When you pass through the gate of time, you shall learn more. We may seal it and reseal it into its prison 1,000 times, but it will always shatter the bonds that confines it, such is its awesome power. We must destroy it at its source, or suffer this fate again and again. There is no time to lose. Hit the gate of time with the Skyward Strike. Come on already, charge that sword of yours and with that sacred force stuff Granny was talking about, and sap the gate of time. Right on, Granny. Indeed. Now, Linkowo, go to the gate. Bright light warning. Do not fear it. This is what we have waited for. At long last, the gate has been reactivated. Standing before you is a path that transcends the flow of time, and is a portal to the past, to the very past where Zelda now awaits. Go bravely, Linkowo. If everything is as I suspect, the reunion with Zelda you fought so hard for lies beyond this gate. Don't worry about me. I'm going to hang back here with Granny, Linkowo. That stupid monster doesn't know when to quit, and Granny here keeps yapping on about how we never know when it might bust free again. So if someone's got to stick around and guard the place, might as well be me. Besides, if I'm not here, who's gonna look out for the old girl? And you know what? Nah, forget about it. When you see Zelda, tell her I said, "What's up?" Zelda, The Legend of Zelda did one thing that it should have never done ever again since Ocarina of Time, and that is mess with time. And here they're doing it right now. You think Nintendo would... You think Nintendo would learn?
Hey!
At last, I've been expecting you, Link. You are doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simply as I can. This is the Temple of Hylia, though it will become known as the Sealed Temple sometime in the future. You stand in the past, ages before your own time. Here the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. And a little time has passed since the goddess sent out an outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become known as Skyloft. It is true to its name, you have passed through the gate of time to an era in the distant past. You will have many questions, but for now, you must proceed back through the great doors behind you. It is there that the person you've risked life and blood to defend and waits for you. You've come so far, Linkobo. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We have traveled very far from home, to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard up on Skyloft, incredible as they may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learn the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. The goddess feared for her people, so she used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home for our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess Hylia succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against his fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings on this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans and set them both into motion. First, she created Phi. She made the spirit that resides in your sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. She made this sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the gods could one day be used. For while the supreme power of the Triforce was created by the gods, all of its power can never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers and immortal form. You've probably figured out by now, haven't you, Linkobo? You are the chosen hero, and I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as a mortal. The day of the winged ceremony, Girahim's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down towards the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I had no memory of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped me remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray to the goddess statues located at each of the temples across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them with all, Impa, the agent of the goddess, led me here to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of demise. Stripped of her true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of abomination. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him at any cost. That is why I intend to remain here in this time and place, to sustain the seal as best as I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that that I created so long ago, and keep it strong for as long as I am able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. Linkowo, the goddess created fire in the great blaze she's a part of for very specific reasons. For the task of standing against demise in the monstrous form he now assumes rests solely on your shoulders. Back in our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now, and I can't thank you enough for that, Linkowo. During your long journey, you've grown so much. You've learned wisdom from solving dubious puzzles and traps. You gain power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power the old gods left behind for our kind. You can now claim the Triforce. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are a hero of legend, and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Linkowo. Draw your sword. The goddess has blessed your blade, and the Master Sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with the mystical power to drive off back demons, and only Linkowo may wield it. Linkowo, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a select few, those with an unbreakable spirit, can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. The gods created a Triforce, yet they specifically designed it that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow, I think it may have been their way of giving hope to all of us mortal beings on the land, which brings us back to you. To face demise and give the land hope, the goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you, Linkowo. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself, so that you could wield that supreme power. And so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger, without even a moment's doubt. I used you. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all of this, Linkowo. But you have to understand that this is a war, and the fate of land hangs in the balance, and I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All that may be well-intentioned and true, it doesn't mean that's right, and it doesn't excuse my actions. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in time, deep in sleep, for thousands of years. Linkowo, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in all this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy, just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. While it's true that I am highly reborn, I am still my father's daughter, and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him, and I will be able to wake up. So, I'm gonna ask you a favor, Sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one who'd wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when this is all over, will you come wake me up? Well, we now have the fully powered Master Sword. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Jordan from Nintendo Freak, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.